Hello everyone, welcome to Spongebob. A game that I cannot believe exists. I'm like so beyond surprised that they ever remade this game of all games, but they did, and it's sick apparently. I mean, it's been getting really bad reviews from critic people, but everybody who was a fan of the previous non-remake version of the game has been loving it. I kind of wish there was menu music. Wasn't there menu music in the original version? I don't know. Also, we have a dog now, so there might be a good amount of background noise going on, but that should be okay. So let's erase that. I just created that to test the audio and stuff. So hopefully, everything's good. Hopefully, you're all good. Sponge on the Run is delayed until 2020. I know it's that stinks. And well, they're gonna release it to purchase as like a rentable movie, but then they're also gonna put it on CBS All Access, which is very weird because I don't think CBS All Access has anything else for kids or animated, at least. Maybe it has other Nickelodeon stuff. I don't know. I mean, I only recently learned that CBS is owned by Viacom, which owns Nickelodeon, so I guess it kind of makes sense why it would end up on there. But like Netflix and Nickelodeon were very buddy it seemed, so I'm surprised they didn't just put it on Netflix, but I guess they kind of get more money sort of if they put it on CBS, so whatever. I'll just buy it. Why 2020, 21? I don't know exactly. I know somebody said something about how maybe it's because they need to like dub the movie into other languages and stuff. Like that's possible, or just maybe like production wasn't going as smoothly as they thought it would remotely in the whole quarantine situation, so they just gotta hold it off. We don't really know, but that's what happened. But I love these robot designs. You're okay, Foxy? That's good.
Another perfect day playing robots and racehorses.
Yeah, only I keep getting the racehorses and the robots mixed up.
Wouldn't it be great if we had real robots?
Look at SpongeBob's pants. He has textured pants.
Zorlon, or maybe Frankie.
I mean, he even has texture on himself too. You know, like the quality, everything of this remake is like really good. Like it's all exactly what it should be. There's some really minor stuff. Like I mean, you probably noticed like right when this cutscene started, like you could see all the textures loading in. It's like, you know, that's not perfect, but it's like whatever. It's such a minor thing. Like I watched my brother play a good amount. He played the first 2 worlds of this last night, and I watched him. Like slightly familiar with the stuff I'll probably end up doing on stream today. But as a kid, I did have this game. I had all the SpongeBob games, but this one particularly made no sense to me because I was like a kid. You know, I was like 6 or 5. So the fact that this was a collectathon where you had different objectives, you had to get the currency and turn the currency into spatulas and stuff, like that did not make any sense to a 5-year-old. So I never made it past the first boss of this game, and since then I've literally never seen anything beyond that part of the game, so I'm in for some fun stuff.
I proclaim that tomorrow is going to be the best day ever.
Good night, SpongeBob.
Good night, Patrick.
The next morning.
Gonna play with robots, gonna play with robots, gonna play with robots, gonna play with... Wow!
Very long cutscenes here, but like from what I remember and from what I was able to see from watching some of this game the other day, it is like super written like a very classic SpongeBob episode. Like that's part of why this is such an iconic game to everybody. Like this seems like a new episode of SpongeBob, but it's like an old episode of SpongeBob.
What a fantastic idea! These signs will provide important tips to help me out. How do I read the signs?
Read the sign. What episode was that?
Oh, okay.
That was that's
Button to
that's
read
the
signs.
graveyard shift. When the guy's like, "Are you open?" And then the sign says closed.
So if I want to come back
Great
and
joke.
talk to you again, just walk up to you and press this button.
Oh, so I guess
Now, Gary.
from all this UI, you can see that I'm playing this on the PlayStation 4. Ooh, I almost wish I got it on PC because apparently people are making mods for the PC version already. Yeah, nice starting the stream at 7:30. Hey, shh, we're early. You're supposed to be happy about it. Or are you upset that it wasn't at 7? I'm sorry, because I just get used to the fact that I'm never prepared.
Myself a snack, but there's no time.
Classic. Because I was like, I plugged everything in, and then the game was like, it has to update, and also my controller was almost dead, so I did that for a little bit. But now we're here and we're playing, and we're gonna have the time of our lives probably, unless I like get lost,
Make myself a snack,
which
but
I'm sure
there's
won't
no
happen.
time.
But is he just scripted to say that every time he walks past there? There's already a mod to play as Doodlebob in the PC version. I saw a mod where you could play as Yoshi. So like they're already going off, and I mean that's amazing. There we go. Look at that. And look at how strict. Look at his animations. Everything is so nice in this game. I didn't even notice that picture the other day. That's great. Am I gonna get copyright claimed for having one picture from SpongeBob in this though? There we go. This is a good joke. This is a pair of SpongeBob's underwear. SpongeBob will lose a pair of underwear every time he gets hit by robots or touches dangerous objects or surfaces, like this. Once SpongeBob has lost all his underwear, he must start that area back over. And then underwear, yeah. Can I die if I talk to this sign too much?
Feel like a
I would
new
assume so.
sponge.
Why does he have a picture of Sandy in his room, but not Patrick? Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming. I mean, I don't know if you guys were here when I said it, but as a kid, because this game's a collectathon and not 100% linear, and I played it when I was like 6, I didn't know how to play. So I never made it very far in this game. So there's a good amount of this game that I never saw. But probably what I'll end up getting done within the next 2 hours is all going to be stuff that I've seen before. Which, you know, nothing wrong with that because now I get to play it in a new way. There we go. Which you don't even need the tutorials. I already know all the moves, bro.
Push, 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 push.
Well, where's the other thing? Wasn't there another button in here somewhere? Oh, wait. There we go. The ball is used for something. Oh, there's even like a little divot in the ground to help you like tell that you're supposed to put the ball there. Or that divot's just there. Oh, I gotta go. On this. You could even double jump in the air. Like this game's controls
Patrick will be glad
are
to have
tight.
this back. Maybe a little bounce on the
When am I
other
gonna
way.
do another Smash Bros stream? Probably maybe next week because we got Min Min coming out, and like I'm very excited to play as
Give me
her.
some credit,
Do I have enough now? Ta-da! I like that ta-da sound. It's like that sounds like it's like straight out of like Windows 95. It's supposedly the music in this game is remastered slightly as well. Like it's slightly remixed, but I don't know. All sounds the same to me, and I mean,
So much for
it's
fixing
amazing.
this quietly.
Authorities are not sure who is responsible for unleashing the mechanical menaces, but they have assured us that the person is in big trouble.
Uh-oh.
Did I say big trouble? I meant so enormous that it's hard to comprehend trouble. We'll keep you posted as this tragic story unfolds. Tragically, we're sure.
Something I did notice about this game that seemed a little weird from what I watched the other day is sometimes when you fall in a pit and like get like an instant death, it just cuts to a loading screen. Like it seems kind of jarring. It seems weird that sometimes it doesn't just respawn you immediately. But I don't know, maybe it's always been like that. Do I know any classic or modern animated films or shows aimed at older viewers and can be, for the most part, in good taste? Well, if by good taste you mean, like, not dirty or violent, nothing, like, super comes to mind. I mean, there's some anime movies, like, there's, like, Your Name and, Wolf Children and, Silent Voice, like basically if you just look up like most popular anime movies, not that aren't Ghibli ones, like you'll find some stuff there that anybody can enjoy and they aren't like explicitly
Not for me though, that's for sure.
brutal or, you know, because it's hard to come up with examples from Western cartoons because there's at least it's either like there's a Disney movie or like Western cartoons only have Disney movies and Adult Swim shows, and like that's it. There's not really too many, aside from maybe like Pixar, kinda sometimes. There's not really too much stuff.
That's terrible.
That's like,
won't you
you know.
help me stop them before they bend all my forks?
Not the forks! Of course I'll help. But wait, I'm supposed to collect a whole lot of golden spatulas.
Golden spatulas, eh? SpongeBob, if you could get me back into the chum bucket, I'll give you a bucket full of golden spatulas. In your dreams.
You've got a deal.
Gasp. Can I hit him? No. Oh, I can. Good. I'm not good. He's nice. Don't be mean to Plankton. Plankton just wants to be loved. Activate this. Press triangle. I know, game. What do I look like? The game's target audience? Hang on. I know this. He was floating. There's also, yeah, they added this combo system. At least I'm pretty sure that's added.
Opening presents.
I don't know what that does. Ooh. I'm gonna run out of time on the other thing though.
SpongeBob,
Well,
I
just
dropped
teleport
by
me to him,
give
that's
you a
fine.
Bubble hand.
Bubble buddy.
You see, you're going to need to learn some new bubble-blowing moves if you're going to journey to the 9th dimension and defeat the giant monkey man.
See, I want to play this game. Whatever Bubble Buddy's talking
all I
about.
need to do
Bubble
is
Boy.
figure out how to get rid of these robots.
The combo thing isn't new. Okay, yeah, I like vaguely felt like it wasn't. But does it do anything?
Oh, yeah,
Or is it just
sorry.
there?
I've been in the soap bottle a little too long. Where were we?
Favorite voice actors?
Something about new bubble moves.
Well, you're listening to one of them right now, Tom Kenny, who voices SpongeBob. I think he's amazing. He has a fantastic range, especially in Adventure Time. He plays like a lot of different characters in Adventure Time, and they all sound totally different. And he's just like a hilarious dude in general. I also really like Wendy Lee and Stephanie Shea. I think that's how you pronounce her name. They're both anime dub voice actors, but they're fantastic. You know, I don't know why I say but. It's not like because they do anime, they're not automatically not good voice actors or something. And Crispin Freeman as well. He's another anime voice that I like a lot. And Justin Roiland, I guess. Is that cheating? You don't think the combo does anything? Well, then it's all the better that they put it in anyways. I still need to do the roof thing. I guess I talked to Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs, who doesn't have his voice actor because, for reasons that I'm not aware of, he never has his voice actor in any video game. Well, that might not be true. He has his voice. Clancy Brown voices him in Lights, Camera, Pants, I think, because I played that game a lot. I can hear him in that game, in my brain.
But because you're gullible, I'm gonna help.
But I know in this and Super Sponge, he's not in it for whatever reason.
That I'll be willing to trade to you for some of those shiny objects.
You're not Mr. Krabs.
Your treasure chest's looking a bit light, boy. Do you think I've got bilge water on the brain? I ain't running a charity here.
Like this voice actor definitely has like the delivery.
Sometimes
of Mr. Krabs, but it does sound like it's very, very obviously not him, like the tone of voices do. But the delivery of the lines is the same, if that makes any sense. I don't know anything about acting. Golden underwear. We get this, ta-da! What if SpongeBob and Finding Nemo take place in the same universe? They totally could. Something I always pointed out about SpongeBob, even though it doesn't matter, like plankton is this big to us, but realistically, planktons are one-cell organisms. So does that mean every character in SpongeBob is like a 3-cell organism? There you go. That'll get you thinking. And there's the tag. So when my brother was playing the other day, we didn't download any of the updates, and that taxi animation wasn't there. And I was like, why? They got rid of the taxi animation? I remember there being a taxi animation, but no, it's still there. They must have just been bugged and not been in the first patch or something. Although the load times are pretty good. Like this downloaded really fast. It's just it is just a little annoying that it doesn't load like pretty often, from what I've seen. I've definitely seen this cutscene like a million times. And I'm sure like anybody who's ever speedrun the game or something has to. Yeah, we played this at PAX East. The first thing we got in line for, and almost even just one of the first games I had ever played at PAX East, or like game that I had looked forward to playing at PAX East, was this, of all things. Also, is the volume okay? I assume the volume's okay.
You barnacle head. Do I look like I'm okay?
Well, your nose does look pretty big. I mean, bigger than usual because it's usually pretty big. And you look clammy. And oh my gosh, you're bald!
There's the meme face. Ha ha ha. I mean, we call this a meme face. Like this is the one shot from the movie that like is in memes sometimes. It's not that big of a meme. Like people act like it is, but it kind of isn't. I don't see it that much.
I've always been bald, but now I'm stung all over.
Well, according to the Jellyfisher Field Manual...
And in the original... So, this is the part where I just ask a million questions about the original version. Did like, were the characters this animated when they had dialogue in the original version? Or did they just stand still? I kind of remember them just kind of having like an idle animation and their mouth moving. But they're like fully animated here.
Guess you're off to scale Spork Mountain and die a horrible death on
Also, I like that it's Spork Mountain.
King Jellyfish.
They weren't? Well, there you go. There's a good addition. Add that to the list of good additions.
You do that! Don't worry, Squidward. I'll bring back that King Jellyfish jelly for you to rub all over yourself.
You love the music in this game so much? Me too. I mean, I haven't even heard most of it. I've heard this song right here for probably like 12 hours of my life. I think I've definitely probably used it in one of my videos at some point as background music. But all of these games had great music, and I assume that it was the same composer for all the Heavy Iron SpongeBob trilogy, right? So we call it, or is there 4 of them technically? But we only really, well, theoretically everybody only ever talks about 2 of them. This game and the movie game, and then Creature from the Krusty Krab and Truth or Square kind of just exist. Although Creature from the Krusty Krab is amazing. We can go off about that game a little later, but I have a question to ask before I forget, because we're going to be playing SpongeBob. Why don't we talk about SpongeBob? What SpongeBob episodes does everybody like? What are favorite SpongeBob episodes? And don't say this game, that doesn't count. Like growing up, I would always consider I don't even know the name of the episode, so obviously it's not my favorite episode probably, but this season 1 episode, which I mean I assume it's a season 1 episode, where SpongeBob just jumps between people's dreams. I always really liked that one, probably just because I like that concept a lot. But yeah, I definitely haven't even seen that episode in like forever. I just remember that's one that I said I liked a lot. Creature from the Krusty Krab wasn't Heavy Iron actually? Oh no, I misinformed everybody. It was the Pac-Man World 3 devs. Oh? Well, you learn something new every day. I can hear my brother yelling about our dog right now. we're still adjusting to our little buddy Tito. He is biting everything. But of course he is. He's a little puppy. I sound like English dub Keone. Well, that is Crispin Freeman, who I just said was one of my favorite voice actors. So there we go. I'll take that as a compliment. I relate to that character a lot too. So like I feel like I belong with that comment. You only like SpongeBob for memes? I mean, good reason to like it too. House Fancy is Blue Scout's favorite episode. See, that's a controversial choice because that's from like season 4 or 5. What season is that from? I don't know. That one's good though. That's kind of I haven't seen like any episode in so long, but I feel like House Fancy is one of those ones that's like kind of frustrating. You know, where it's one of those episodes where like nobody really wins, and like it's funny because of that, but it's also like you kind of just feel bad at the end for Squidward's house blowing up or whatever happens, right? I hope you know that was a joke. Okay, well there you go. I don't know it's a joke. I'm not in on the SpongeBob community that deep. It's a popular choice, but I like Band Geeks a lot. Yeah, that's a great one too. There's so many quotes and stuff from Band Geeks. I'm trying to think of one, but I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm not gonna try to say one. Wet Painters I like a lot. Yeah, that one's amazing. I also I used to really like the Suds episode as well. I don't really know why, but that one and the Dream one were ones that I would always call my favorite as a kid. And even like more recently I'm realizing, because I've been quoting it sometimes, I think I like the Tattletale Strangler episode a lot. I don't even know what that episode is called, but that's one of those episodes that I never saw on TV, but we have a bunch of SpongeBob DVDs, and one of them had the Tattletale Strangler episode on it, and I was like, is this a DVD exclusive episode or something? Because like I had never seen it elsewhere. Fuck time. We're getting a lot. Thank you for the activity in the chat, but it is a little hard to read chat and play a game, so I apologize if I end up missing people saying stuff. Was it Shanghai is my favorite? Did I comment on that yet? That episode's great. That one is that one written by Greenblatt? That one, much like Band Geeks, seems like just very iconic, even though it's because it's so weird at times. Squidward wins. Actually, the TV guy says his house blow up is better than Squilliam. Oh yeah.
Fresh like
Is-
a spring
oh.
breeze.
I got yeeted. Is House Fancy the one where the security system takes control of Squidward's house? Is that House Fancy or is that a different one? That's a different one, right? What's that one called? Hopefully, please understand what I'm talking about. Evie asked if I like dubs or subs better. It kind of depends on how I'm feeling. Like I'll just watch whatever's available, but I usually watch dubs. But I don't think one is better than the other really. But if a dub is available, I'll usually just watch it. Just because, you know, who wants to read? You miss out on animation a lot when you have to read subtitles. Fear of a Krabby Patty might as well be a Chowder episode. That is 100% true. Fear of Krabby Patty is like the first episode I remember seeing when it was brand new. And it was like the funniest thing I had ever seen in my life. Like that's the most I had ever laughed in my entire life up until that point. And I mean, what year did that come out? So I can determine what age I was. Pretty much every episode from the first 3 seasons is my favorite. No, that's Good Neighbors. Good Neighbors is the robot one. Okay. We got the bungee jump time.
Ultimate wedgie experience.
I missed.
Boing.
This seems a little wonky. I also don't really know how to control it anyways, but oh, there we go, okay. I get it now. You were at my house and we played Crash Twinsanity. I definitely remember being at your house, but I don't remember playing Crash Twinsanity, but I believe you. But we absolutely did watch that together and like died. Can I clip? How do I clip and get up there? There's gotta be a way, right? Smack. I remember too. I remember talking about it in kindergarten. 2005. Okay, so yeah, so I was like 6 when that episode came out. That's crazy. It's crazy to think about how old you are. When did the original Battle for Bikini Bottom come out? Like 2003? The same year as Melee? Which game's better? I'm a fast reader, so I only manage to finish a sentence before the characters do. Yeah, I'm usually pretty fast too. I usually, like, I never really have a problem reading subs. Like, some shows, there's a lot of overlap. Like, right now I'm watching, Kaguya-sama Love is War, which is like one of the funniest shows I've ever seen in my entire life. Not to plug it or anything. But, that show has a lot of overlapping dialogue and a lot of fast dialogue, so there's times where the subtitles are just, like, unreadable because there's so many of them, or, like, they go too fast. But that's a show that doesn't have a dub yet, and I'm surprised it doesn't because of how popular it is. But I feel like the quality of the very, very exaggerated Japanese voice acting, like, is perfect, and I wouldn't want to watch it though. Ooh, what's this? Just shiny things. I love how all these there's a visible wall there. I love how, like, this looks like Spongebob, you know? Like, I think it's kind of, maybe they toned it down since there was like trailers and stuff, but like the saturation is sort of high. But other than that, I think like this is like the most accurate like video game depiction of SpongeBob we've gotten. Am I missing this, or is there an invisible wall? Okay, we won't worry about that. Am I gonna 100% the game? Probably not on stream. I think I'm just gonna stream myself like just going through every level and just like completing whatever's considered the final boss, and then I'll just do 100% on my own time. Just because, you know, it's an exploration game, and I don't want to like embarrass myself not knowing where to go, or like having a million people telling me where to go and stuff. So I think I'm just gonna just play through it on stream and then do whatever I have left on my own time. And we'll get the platinum trophy. No! Playing video games that are from Japan can feel a bit awkward to watch in Japanese because you know the translation is not like the Japanese version. Yeah, because like Danganronpa specifically, they change a lot of the wording in like terms between the dub, or between the English version and the Japanese version. So yeah, stuff like that's weird sometimes. Just like how I remember quite some time ago, I wanted to like watch an entire series of the Pokemon anime, so I was trying to keep up with
I feel like a new sponge.
I was trying to keep up with Pokemon X and Y as that was airing in Japan, and like Ash's name is like Satoshi in the Japanese version. So I was like, no, that's not Satoshi, that's Ash. Same with the Ace Attorney anime too. When they did subtitles for the Ace Attorney anime on Crunchyroll, they used all the Japanese names instead of like Phoenix Wright. I think they eventually added the option to like switch to subtitles that matched what the English version of the game was like, but that was weird. There's weird things like that, you know. What are we saying? What sentence was a mess? Oh, and I love that's like a video gamey thing that I like a lot. It's like particularly done in this game, probably because you technically have such a little health, but is this worth it? This doesn't feel worth it, but I'm gonna do it. That's my skills. There we go. I was trying to say that when the enemies hit you and they like do a little dance, I like that. I like when games do that, but they usually just do that like for balancing reasons, so not every game does it, but it's cute. And let me get those. Can't just not get the collectibles, are you kidding me? Whoop. Brat. Waffle speaks normally in Japanese, apparently. That's the thing. I need to replay those. I mean, I basically only ever played Bowser's Inside Story, and I mean, let's be real here, that's the only one you need to play, am I right, fellas? But I need to replay that. Remember Bowser's Inside Story got a remake on 3DS, and then like literally nobody bought it. Literally, I have not heard anybody ever speak about that version of the game. Is there a sock over there, or is that just is this just here? I guess we'll find out. This takes focus. Oh yeah, there's socks. Swick. I don't know why I was saying Swick. Also, look at that. That's what the bungee's hanging on. That's a cool detail. They could have just made it a rope that goes up infinitely like Spider-Man's webs. Yeet. Someone already speedrun this game in 3 minutes. I didn't watch any of that stuff, but I've seen stuff like that popping up. I mean, that's just crazy. Don't worry, guys. I'll speedrun this game in like 6 hours, or however long it like normally is. And it caused that studio to shut down. Oh, you mean Bowser's Inside Story remake caused the studio to shut down? I forgot that that happened. But you're right. I never even realized that it was because of... Why was that the loudest sound effect I've ever heard? I didn't even realize it was probably because of that game. That stinks. Oh, and now there's like a border. There's an orb around the spatulas now. When my brother was playing the other day and we didn't have the patch, they didn't glow like that. That's good, because I was saying like the spatulas look kind of hard to notice because they don't glow or anything, but now they glow. So there you go.
Wow, Mermaid Man! I have all your comics and toys and mail.
Huh? What? Oh,
They don't get
it's that
Merman's voice actor either.
kid. Now, what was I supposed to tell you?
That Patrick is surrounded by
I can't remember if in
robots and
Super
he's
Sponge Mermaid had his voice actor or not.
Oh, no.
So it's not just me. That sound is loud as hell. Yeah, that was definitely the gate opening was very loud.
Well, if massaging your feet will save Patrick, then massage I must.
This voice is not good.
Be hit myself.
Yeah, I'm trying to even hear what his normal voice is, but now all I hear is this voice because I'm looking at him right now.
Am I clipping my toenails?
Here I come, Patrick!
Let's ignore, let's not do the stereotypical thing that every single person who played this game on Twitch like started making feet jokes there. Let's just keep going. Let's not conform.
Opening presents.
There's a shortcut here. There we go. I only know that because I saw it the other day.
Boy,
Sock time.
Patrick will be glad to have
This game's just ripping off Pajama Sam because you're collecting socks.
That was a ton of
Oh,
fun.
2 socks.
I should do
Nice.
it again sometime. Another find for Patrick.
Whoop. I like that the jellyfish are just kind of here. Was it telling me about the box? The box. Oh, I get it now. Wait, is that why it's boxes? Because of the box episode of the show? I only just now realized that. Before Dogma V3 was translated into English, all the fanfiction used the last names of characters they used in Japanese. So it feels outdated. Yeah, that's like people for Danganronpa in the English versions, like the characters are called ultimate, like to refer to their talent. So it's like the ultimate athlete or whatever. But in Japanese, it's the super high school level thing, super high school level talent. And oh, those explode and do damage. I didn't know that. But people still insist on saying super high school level for some reason. I mean, that certainly sounds goofier.
Feel like a new
Like that
start.
sounds more goofier, more anime-esque, but it's too long to say. I don't understand why most fans of that game prefer to say that. I prefer to say ultimate. But then again, like, most fans probably originally read like fan translations of the game. They probably just had to change that in the English, like the official English release, just because it's such a long thing to say and like type out. Also, this is the best song ever composed for a video game. We're just gonna say that. I mean, I wish it was longer. It's only like a minute long loop, but it's a bop. It's a bop. Got a new charger, Foxy? Good. Also, I like, did it do that in the original game? How SpongeBob like gets scared when a robot's near him? Did I go over there already? Is that, yeah. That's a fun detail. Lots of fun details.
SpongeBob.
Whew, thank goodness you're safe, Patrick.
Well, of course, SpongeBob. Why wouldn't I be?
Well, the robots and the...
Oh yeah, I found this for you. I don't know what it is, but it looks important.
Thanks, Patrick. I tell you what.
My
all
brother
that
was
running around
saying
is
that
letting
he
me-
read that this game was
Want for
rushed a little bit because they wanted it to be out to tie into the new movie that isn't coming out until next year now. Is that true? Is it true? Basically, if we got a dev in chat, can you tell me the truth behind this game? Ooh, ooh. Yeet. Yeah, yeet mode.
Up we go!
Ready? Ah, that wasn't synced too well, but we'll pretend like it was. This game didn't feel rushed. It certainly doesn't. From what I've seen, like, you know, it's not like maybe it. I don't know. Maybe it's more budget wise, but like, you know, this is just like the texture poppings, sort of weird. Like, there's just very small things like that that are like maybe a slightly longer time in the oven. You know what I'm saying? Could make it feel like super clean. But like as it is, like it's 100% playable and enjoyable, and does not deserve a 2 out of 10. I don't know what that guy was thinking. Like a 2 out of 10 is a rating reserved for like big rigs, like a game that is unplayable and has like 3 minutes of gameplay. Not like this fully fledged, nice and polished and animated cartoon game for kids. I love the tikis. All the tikis are like slightly redesigned in this version. They're very cool. I like these ones. I think I just like the plain ones the most though. That just brings me backwards. Did everybody who's ever played this game done that? Why does this gameplay feel like Conker's Bad Fur Day? Well, because it was probably just like directly inspired by that game and Banjo-Kazooie and stuff. It's definitely like notably very linear compared to like rare games, but that's probably just more because it was for kids.
The rock is talking to me.
Down here, you big pink lummox.
Oh, hi there, Mr. Plankton. Are you going to vaporize me today?
So very tempting. Unfortunately, I found myself in the undesirable position of having to assist you.
I was in an undesirable position yesterday, and now my neck hurts.
Heed my words,
I'm in an undesirable position right now. I need a new chair. Somebody go to Staples, give me a new chair.
Signs that you see. At the end of the caves, you'll still be a big pink idiot, but you'll know enough to help defeat the robots and get me back
That's
into
good.
the chum bucket.
That's good dialogue.
Well, then will you vaporize me?
I might spare your life so I can force you to work in my sweatshop making low-quality design and knockoff wallets.
It's a little dark, Plankton.
Oh, thank you.
I like that there's like rockets everywhere. Oh, there's the ta-da sound again. Here we go, progression. These very weird, like super basic physics lava boulders. That's a good sound effect though. Another SpongeBob episode that I remember being one that I saw when it was new was have you seen the snail, right? It's called that, the one where Gary goes missing. I remember that was like advertised. I mean, that's something they basically did with every SpongeBob episode after a certain point. But that that episode was advertised like a big special, so it was like I had to watch it. I remember watching it on our tiny Hello Kitty CRT TV. We also had I don't think we still have it, but you know, back in the day, you've probably seen a picture of one at some point. They had all those tiny TVs that were like based on things. We had the SpongeBob one and the Hello Kitty one. I think we still have the Hello Kitty one in our storage, but I think the SpongeBob one has vanished. Woo. They make these spikes like as scary looking as possible. Also, starting now, we're not going to take any damage for the rest of the game. Is that a thing people do? Is that like a speedrun category, beating this game without getting hit? I'm sure it's probably pretty easy to do that if you are also able to beat the game in 3 minutes by jumping through a wall. Oop. Your plate. All those Tiki's over water just mocking me. Tiki's over water. That sounds like a band name. Yeet. This game is dark. This game is dark. You're not even allowed to see in this game? Just kidding. They made it very bright in here. Yeet. I like that, was this also in the original? Like how it locks on when you throw things? Or is that new? Ooh. Okay, if I remember from the other day, I don't think there's any secret stuff on this slide. Boing, boing. Also, I forgot to say this earlier, but if anybody wants to sit back and draw stuff while watching the stream or anything, and then you can send it my way on Twitter and we'll pull them up at the end like we've been doing before. But you know, even if I'm not doing a drawing stream ever, like if you feel like doing that and you have stuff to show, then totally please show. There's a purple one over here. I'm gonna die though. Is that worth the risk? Is that worth the risk? It wasn't worth it. But I like that there's just random dudes walking around everywhere. Like, why is he here? Because he is. Why is this kid here? Like, how did this kid get here if he can't throw watermelons? Is he just trapped here? Like, all those gates were closed. Or did they put the gates there? There's the lore.
Sure gotta carry a lot of
Yeet.
stuff around.
Oh, this is the part where I need to do that.
That's much better. Hey, my back
I mean, at least they infinitely respond to help you with this. But it didn't help that he spawned right on me. Press F for Patrick. He's okay now. Am I still gonna take damage from that explosion? No, I guess not. Nice, nice, nice. Patrick's cute. He's cute in this game. Ding, ding, ding. Has anybody been watching any like new SpongeBob?
Squidward tells me you're looking for the king jellyfish.
I definitely have not.
Yes.
But I know people have been like praising some of the recent SpongeBob episodes for having like some good quality, really goofy stuff going on. Patrick is always cute. True that. This game's better than Banjo-Kazooie.
Boy, Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, you said it, not me. I never played Banjo, so you know, I don't know, take your word for it.
Ooh, a present in every one.
I catch it sometimes. It's really fun. It seems like it's pretty fun from what I see. I haven't seen any full episodes. I've just seen like the iconic new moments. It's definitely making me they took a total, like the newer episodes are more Ren and Stimpy than they are SpongeBob. And even then they're not really like Ren and Stimpy, but you know what I mean. Like the original SpongeBob is kind of character focused and like it's almost like a sitcom almost, but new SpongeBob seems very, very like just like what situation can we put SpongeBob in so that we can introduce a new character and also SpongeBob can make like a really funny face. And I mean, you know, I'm for it, whatever.
Oh, Mrs. Puff.
I love that you just teleport right on over to wherever somebody needs to talk to you.
I've got a job for you to do.
Oh, boy.
I found a golden spatula, but those robots out on the island stole it and threw it into the lake. If
I
you
tried
can
getting
figure
into
out how to
Banjo
get
like
it
3
back,
times.
You're welcome to it.
Who would win, Rayman or Man Ray? I think the surreal artist Man Ray would win, not the SpongeBob Man Ray. He would come in as a surprise fighter and win. Kind of like Hotel Transylvania, where the animation and funny drawings and poses make the normally not funny jokes funny to me.
Sure enough,
You're right. You know, speaking of Hotel Transylvania, this is a totally unrelated thing. The other day, well, not like a week ago, basically, when I streamed BattleBlock Theater. After streaming that, I was talking with Mr. Coolio Captain / Mike, who was streaming that with me, and we randomly went on Amazon and saw that there was a Hotel Transylvania 3 video game, and then we looked at gameplay for that game, and it is a Pikmin ripoff, complete with a day and night cycle, a top-down camera, throwing little bat minions at bosses, and like plant-based bosses. Like it was strange, but I think it was strange enough to be something that I definitely want to pick up at some point, because like who decided to make a Hotel Transylvania 3 video game based on Pikmin?
That's much better.
If SpongeBob was an anime, well, you know, there's those very, very iconic SpongeBob JoJo styled anime opening things. Those are pretty funny. That's some quality web animation right there. Yeet. So if you're interested, go look up Hotel Transylvania 3, the video game, and then watch like the one playthrough of the game that's on YouTube, and you will see what I'm talking about. And that's a good example of like a recent licensed game though, because it's like they don't really do it anymore. They make like apps. There's a lot of apps now based on movies and stuff. But you know, when we think licensed games, we think like this. Usually they're not as quality as this, but you know, everybody's grown up like playing the Cars video game and the Wall-E video game and whatever, I don't know, Kids Next Door video games. They don't really do that anymore, or as much as you would think they do, or as much as they used to. I actually think some storyboard artists from Ren and Stimpy came to work on SpongeBob, but I wouldn't be surprised. I know, I think his name's Adam something. I don't know his last name. There's like one particular artist working on modern SpongeBob who like specializes in making like weird faces and stuff. And actually, I like back when I was listening to the DVD commentaries for Gravity Falls, Alex Hirsch was talking about him because he drew a lot of the really grotesque looking creatures and stuff from season 2 of Gravity Falls, and he also just works on SpongeBob and like, you know, it does some like expression stuff on that, so you can see the connection. But I don't remember his name, but I follow him on Twitter. I think he's working on Cuphead now, the upcoming Cuphead Netflix series. Our sauce guys are scary. I feel like I missed a sock. Did I miss a sock? There's no going back now.
Just met the Sponginator.
I think the animators for Hotel Transylvania did Party of the Chance of Meatballs. That is correct. Right? Right? Hotel Transylvania is Sony, right? Or no? Oh, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs is one of... Nani? Is, one of my favorite movies ever made. Basically, everything by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. It sounds weird when you do it backwards. So they're like my absolute actual favorite directors, and I'm glad that like Lego Movie and Spider-Verse and everything has done so well that they're just making like infinite movies right now. Even if they're just like a producer on a movie, it's guaranteed to be a pretty good movie. Because I mean, I don't think I think they maybe did like story development for Lego Movie 2, but then other than that, they just like produced it. I think maybe one of them wrote it. I don't remember, but Lego Movie 2 is great, even though nobody saw it. And Spider-Verse is great. I mean, I think Phil Lord wrote Spider-Verse with someone else. I don't know. I think what Chris Miller did on it, but he probably was producer or something. I don't know. I think I know how the industry works. I just talk about it. Bruh. I died. Gasp. But yes, it is Sony. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Same good amount of quality. I mean, even too, Sponge on the Run, like the style they went with for that, it seems very, very close to how Hotel Transylvania is. like kind of looking at it, like I never saw the Hotel Transylvania movies as they were coming out, but I watched them all later after I heard like how visually interesting they were. Oh, that thing blew up too.
I feel like a new sponge.
Ooh. These are a little hard to avoid. But what's over there? That can't be. Which way is progress? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But from like trailers and stuff for the Hotel, that was so loud. From trailers and stuff for Hotel Transylvania. Okay, yeah, maybe that was just backwards. I don't know. They never seemed like all that interesting, but then I heard about you know, they're directed by the gosh darn creator of Samurai Jack and Dexter's Lab, so I was like, oh, I guess it's probably pretty good. And then when you actually watch it, like you see how incredibly like deliberately flat the animation is and how expressive and like flowy it is. Like I adore how those movies look, and it's great that so many more recent movies are taking that same direction. Ow. Also, is Hotel Transylvania getting a 4th movie? I feel like I vaguely heard something about that. But maybe I'm wrong. Remember it had a series on Disney XD for a little while? I don't think anybody ever cared about that. So did Quite a Chance of Meatballs, and nobody cared about that. I have a bone to pick with the Quite a Chance of Meatballs series. Because the Quite a Chance of Meatballs cartoon series that didn't even last that long was supposed to be a prequel to the movies, but that doesn't make any sense because in the movies, like basically all the characters meet each other for the first time. But if my vague memory serves, I'm pretty sure they introduced the concept of like a memory erasing gun in the first episode of the Quite a Chance of Meatballs cartoon. So I think if the show was allowed to run for as long as they wanted it to, they would have done that to like retcon the entire show to tie it into the movie. But then it's like, why even make the show? Wow, that put me very far back. Oops. Again, it's hard to talk and play a game at the same time, but you know, I am mainly here to talk. So, you know, with streaming, this is gonna be like a 70-hour game. And I don't even care, because I'm loving it. Like McDonald's. He's laughing at me. Well, hopefully I got a checkpoint like from before where I fell. So it's a little quicker. Oh no, it just gives me that checkpoint. That's fine. These tartar sauce guys are definitely a little tough. They're all a little tough. That guy's begging for his life. We're gonna leave him there. I'm glad that we're making 3D movies that aren't limited by trying to be realistic like Pixar. Yeah, totes. I feel like there was, like, everybody's gonna point to Spider-Verse for being, like, what started that craze, but I think it's just kind of like a natural flow of, like, the art form. I don't really think Spider-Verse definitely is gonna, like, is a driving factor for more movies like that, like that Connected movie that's coming out soon that looks incredible visually. I'm sure like that happened because of how confident they were with Spider-Verse. And we'll be getting more and more of that. But I don't know, do you think at some point we're gonna be sick of every movie looking like Spider-Verse? Or, you know, looking like 2D but in 3D? Probably not, because it just looks so cool. But I think it's great too, even like, you know, like there's nothing really wrong with Pixar stuff being so realistic. Because their stuff looks incredible, like Finding Dory is gorgeous. I don't know why that was the first one to come to my mind, but I'm right. Are you booing me? Just run. Just run. Don't engage. And get the help.
Fresh like a spring
And the
breeze.
sock is still gone from over there? Well, there we go. Now we've progressed. And of course there was a teleporter right here before I fell. Or after I fell. Do, 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 do. Ooh. Dun, 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 dun. I hope we get 2D Western cartoons again. Ooh, oh. Brah. That's a little cringe. Why was that guy laughing at me? He didn't even hit me. I guess they just all laugh if I get hit by anybody. Am I going backwards now? I am going, wait. Oh, is that like a shortcut path or something? Oh, see, there, but there you jump up. You know, wait, if I die, will I just spawn at the, at the checkpoint that I was at? Maybe Claws will open the gates for, like, Cloudy or Spider-Verse to be experimental 3D. Yeah, I didn't, everybody was, like, so excited for Claws, but then once it happened, I don't really feel like that many people, like, went off about it. But that movie is freaking incredible. Last 2D theatrical movie I've seen was Teen Titans Go. Well, not counting anime, that probably was the actual latest 2D animated movie. But we know how that went. Hey, that movie's like passable. It's a meme now, all of a sudden, even though it's like 3 years old. We're memeing on it, which is fun. I was really happy to hear the recent news that Disney's gonna re-theme Splash Mountain to be Princess and the Frog. Like, obviously, you know, because like get the other theme the heck out of there. Why is that still there? But also just like the fact that Disney is like acting like Princess and the Frog is a property to them that they still care about is pretty cool, because that movie like wasn't the biggest success, but the fact that they still treat it like as a part of the Disney princess universe is pretty sweet. And I would, you know, we'd absolutely all love them to go back and capture that style again, but you know, we'll see. They probably won't, unfortunately. Disney's got their hands tied making The Lion King and whatever else that they haven't made yet. And there was the My Little Pony movie. There was. I didn't see that yet. That was on Netflix. It's probably not anymore, because that's just how that works. You know, when you want to watch a movie that you know used to be on Netflix, it's not on Netflix anymore. But that movie, people, I mean, I saw like glimpses of it and people talking about it. Like, that movie seems like it's very quality. Oh, there's a spatula right here. Yeah.
Bruh.
Only me. Only me. Oh, hang on. We got a box. It's weird the other theme was there at all, since Disney doesn't want you to know it existed. I know. I mean, it's not really even like they never even said, like, you know, like most people probably think that that's just a original thing for that ride, and it's best we keep it that way. We watched that movie in my Walt Disney history class that was dedicated to watching like mostly every film that Walt Disney had a hand in, and it's terrible. It's one of those things where like definitely hearing about I mean, am I allowed to say the title? Sure. Let's like hearing about Song of the South like as like this big rumored like, oh, Disney doesn't want you to hear that. You would totally think that it's something else. Like, but what it is like it's bad in like such a subtle, or not like a subtle, it's bad in a way that isn't what you would think is bad. Like they're not throwing around like those horrible cuss words that you would think they're throwing around. It's the badness is the fact that it's treated like a positive movie, even though what it's depicting absolutely was not a positive thing in any way.
Bubble Buddy! Gosh, everyone is trying to help out today.
So good riddance to that. Attacking in the air gives you more air time. I assumed so. I need to start doing that. You think you might leave because you're tired? That's fine, Evie. Do whatever you want. Don't feel like you gotta stay up.
Thanks, Bubble Buddy.
Good night. I'm glad Bubble Buddy's here. That's a good detail. Here we go. Our boy, the first boss. Technically, the first world boss, not individual boss. Which the first boss is the Sandy robot, right? That's as far as I ever made it in this game back in the day. I swear it didn't work like that in the PAX demo. Work like what? You mean the airtime thing, or like that animation that we were just watching? But I mean, the PAX demo that we played was alpha. I'm pretty sure gameplay. Like it said alpha on the screen. But this is, you know, a lot of stuff must have gone changed. I know they had that one guy who's very popular for speedrunning this. Like they had him play test it and give them feedback, which is like is very cool. And I mean, I'm pretty sure Nematoad is the first person who told me that. So thank you. I like that he has peanut butter shower curtains. And I like that he makes babies. Every time SpongeBob blinks, his eyelashes go somewhere. I did notice that. It was a little weird. I got really confused for a second there. I thought the bottom of his cape was like arms. I was like, what is that? The air thing? Yeah. Yeah, they must have made some little changes. King Jellyfish spitting. Yeah, he's spitting bars out there. You're not gonna do it twice? I still got hit by that. Excuse me. That.
Fresh like a spring breeze.
You would think that that health collection noise being like that whistle, you think that would be annoying, but it's not. It's always funny. It's always funny every single time. So is this cutscene. Yeah, you give me that jelly boy. And then he leaves with the briefcase full of cash. Or maybe those are papers. Then we get like that real, like, this SpongeBob looks really depressed there. Oop.
It shines.
And we get box here, yeah. I like that it's implied SpongeBob's whistling at his own underwear like that. I mean, you know, good for him having confidence like that. I know there's another path at this part on this slide, but does it have a sock, or is it just there? Is that how I get onto it, or do I get onto it like? Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, okay. We were very confused the other day when we were trying to get on that path. Also, this kept happening. At least it puts you right back on the slide. See, it's like there, you don't like have to. Oh, there is a sock. Okay.
Glad to have this back. I love opening
Weird that like there is programmed to spawn us back, but I mean maybe it was just because we didn't have the patch the other day too. Oh no, I screwed it up. Ah. There was times the other day where I was watching my brother play and he was falling off pits and the game would just unload and he'd respawn after the load screen rather than just being like brought back or bouncing back. Sandy and Patrick whistle different, right? That's a good detail. Oh, do they? I didn't notice. Isn't it great that the health is underwear? Like, isn't that just a very SpongeBob thing? Because it's like SpongeBob doesn't even have potty humor, like, at all. But, like, it has underwear. You know, like, SpongeBob's in his underwear sometimes. It's really, like, if you think about it, it's really interesting how unique SpongeBob is. For being, like, as big of a cartoon as it is. Like, you know, if we, like, this is probably blasphemous. But if we, like, compare the popularity, sort of, like, Teen Titans Go is Cartoon Network's biggest thing right now. SpongeBob is still Nickelodeon's biggest thing. Those are two totally different sides of the spectrum things. Even modern SpongeBob cannot be compared to Teen Titans Go. And even just the fact that we're all accepting of a character that's a talking sea sponge and he's friends with a squirrel from Texas, and we're just like, yeah, that's funny, that's just what it is, and it's the most iconic, like, Western media icon, and it's like, yeah, this is how it is. It's pretty cool.
What if I just gave you this?
Ta-da! Did I get everything? No, I missed one, right? Did I even see him? I can fast travel to it, right? Let's do it. Let's do it. Who cares? I guess I mean that took like an hour and a half. I'm probably not even gonna be able to do much in the next world. We gotta we gotta milk this game for everything that's worth. We gotta get as many streams out of this as possible so we can keep talking about SpongeBob. Because who doesn't want to talk about SpongeBob? Did I ever come over here?
What are you waiting for, boy?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, wait. Is this? Oh no, that's to the caves. Question mark? Wait, so that, yeah, so then what did I miss? Chat. Chat, give me the strategy guide.
I feel like a new sponge. Fresh like a spring breeze.
Or we could just keep going, I guess. Why are there little background characters? It's such a good detail.
I feel like a new sponge.
No! Get me out of here. Boom. Speed run. I don't remember this one. Well, I don't either. So we'll skip it. And I'll just get it later. We could go to level 2. Right? I only need 5, right? Dun, 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 dun. I mean, I didn't do this yet. This is, you know, to like young me, this was the most iconic thing about this game. The hand definitely comes in pretty fast there, though. Ta-da! Busy drawing SpongeBob as a human. Who's screaming? I guess everybody in the town. I can't wait to see SpongeBob look terrifying at Sandy's Tree Dome. Oh, that's in this game? Again, that's another point in this game that I never made it to. Also, oddly, I like your icon a lot. Different now. That's good.
SpongeBob, the robots are destroying downtown Bikini Bottom. We have to evacuate.
All right, but it's gonna take a while to get all this.
Who voices Mrs. Puff? Does she like does she do anything else? She's one of those iconic SpongeBob voices that I can't say I've heard in any other show.
Not vacuum, evacuate. We have to get everyone to safety.
Can we just load them up in the boats?
That won't do any good.
Why not?
Because the robots have taken all the steering wheels.
Couldn't we just drive in a straight line?
No, there are too many turns.
Those fiends, they've thought of everything. Never fear, Mrs. Puff. I'll get those steering wheels back.
Now, do we have to get the steering wheels for multiple buses? Or does the bus lose a steering wheel every time you make a single turn? I'm gonna go with that idea.
Golden spatula.
There's no one driving the taxi?
How about a driver's license instead?
Ghost car.
Nice try.
The classic YouTube video. Alright, let's go. Let's not miss anything. We get Sandy in this level too. We got this thing, we got these people freaking out. We got these little dogs. These like spit gas, right? Yeah. I took damage. We got these cannons shooting sinks, you know, because why not? She mostly works in live action, but voices minor characters in cartoons here and there, like a witch in Billy and Mandy, apparently. Oh, we can watch the idle animations for a little bit. Why did it stop shooting?
Too pretty. Can't take it.
I was I mean I only checked one of the voice actors, but I've been watching She-Ra lately, and I really like Bo's voice actor, and I checked his voice, and he only ever does live action stuff too, basically. I mean, I think he's in Blackish, and like that's kind of it, and She-Ra, of course. But he has a great voice. And on the total opposite end of the spectrum, basically, I also recently played through all the Metal Gear Solid games, and Otacon in those games, his voice actor, Christopher Rudolph, I think is his name. He like only ever does like stage plays. Like Metal Gear Solid is the only thing he has voice work in, I'm pretty sure, and his voice is amazing. There's a lot of actors like that.
I feel like a new sponge.
I love that. That's just comedy gold right there. What other game can you press buttons and then drop a giant cartoon anvil on a giant cartoon rock cannon that's shooting sinks? None. This game wins. Although this is the cute thing. Ready? The cute thing's here. The cute thing that I assume wasn't in the original game. That's hi. John and Garfield and Friends only voiced John and the rooster in that show and nothing else. There was definitely some other thing I looked up recently too that like was literally in one thing despite being really good. But I don't know. I know what's his name? Ricky Simons, who voices Gurr in Invader Zim. Like, you know, like Gurr's voice is such a goofy, iconic thing, but they literally picked him to voice Gurr because of how bad at voice acting he was. And he's also not in anything else. That's a funny voice acting story. Some not related to SpongeBob, but Invader Zim trivia, because they were saying before, like, when they wanted to audition for Gurr, everybody would come in and do like a really goofy cartoon voice, like almost like a Mickey Mouse type of voice. But they really just wanted like a horrible shrill, like a horrible shrill digital voice. So they just decided on getting Ricky to do it because they knew how horrible it would sound, which was the point. Also, hot sauce. I like that there's hot sauce here. I mean, I probably missed some stuff back there, though. Just the bank. Good joke.
Bringing it around town.
He said the thing from the episode of the show, SpongeBob SquarePants. He's on a button. Button. Oh yeah, Violet in The Incredibles works in radio. They just heard her voice, and let's get her. I feel like I probably looked that up too. Like back when that movie came out, because she has a good voice too. Oh, I think we gotta get like a boat to land here, right? You're done drawing? Sick. Oh, did that make the boat fall? Okay, well there you go. And our ramp. Let's go, parkour time. Yeet. See that kind of snaps me onto the boat, so like you can't really mess it up. Like I just had to hold forward. That's pretty sweet. Sonic, take notes. Am I right, fellas? I like these guys. I wasn't even paying attention during the cutscene, but those like frisbee robots with the hands, I like them. They might even just be my favorite enemy design in this game. What does that do? Oh, that was throwing sinks, right? Some rude dude.
This door is locked from the inside. Who would do such a thing?
Thank you, Bubble Buddy. Bubble Buddy, I mean, that was like probably a while ago now, but they brought him back in an episode, right? Like SpongeBob had to take care of his son or something. That's something modern SpongeBob has kind of been doing, is like bringing back old one-off characters and being like, hey guys, watch this episode because an old nostalgic thing is in it. And I mean, I don't know, good for them. Because there is some stuff, like Kevin the Sea Cucumber came back in an episode like super recently, right? It's like Yeah, why didn't he become like a reoccurring like jerky antagonist or something?
Hey, you.
It's a whole lot of stuff in SpongeBob that they just use once, and it's like, you know, it works as just a one-time thing, but some of it's like fun enough to be used in other situations. I like that this ball power-up is animated. That's detail that doesn't need to be there. Yeet.
Hi, Gary.
Meow.
They made Bubble Bass the main character. I feel like I don't think I've seen like
Have been working out.
I've definitely seen like pictures of him like in recent episodes, but I don't think I've seen him being like voiced or anything.
Not done. Doesn't that mean?
Meow.
Oh, that's the entrance to the rooftops, which leads to the lighthouse. Uh-huh.
But it's interesting to me how sort of like back when I like stopped watching SpongeBob,
Meow.
like whatever era that was, like season 5, 6, like those seasons, they were very focused on making like a new character for every episode. You know, like that like drill sergeant teacher in the one boating school episode, or the evil old lady that was eating snails. Like they were always trying to make up a new character for every episode, and now it seems like they're kind of just
Oh, that gap
trying to
looks big.
bring back from the library of characters that they've made up.
Okay, I'm definitely not making that jump. How is anyone going to get across?
Look how nice
there?
these buildings look, all curved
Uh-oh,
and
more robots.
stuff.
Holy Dutchman's ghost! That gap looks impossible and impassable. Okay, I'll go get Sandy to help me out.
Where is she? It's very cool that you could play as Sandy in this game.
It shines.
'Cause this is the, not counting like mini game collections and like Game Boy games, like this is the only platformer that you can play as her, right? Is she even in the first SpongeBob movie like at all? I mean, she must. I can't remember her having like a specific scene, but she must at some point. My cousin told me to make up an OC and made me draw Zim, and I was like, bruh. Something because it would be very funny. I want to get a bra button and give it to our puppy. And then he can say bruh. She has 2 lines. I paid 10 and yeehaw. Nice. I do remember now. She's at the ceremony at the beginning. I remember that now. And then she probably just like gets one of the helmets on her head at some point later, right? She has like a slightly bigger role in the second movie. I mean, I know she like is one of the superheroes like in the climax part of that movie, but I don't remember. She had like a subplot. Oh, she turned like crazy for like most of that movie, right? I watched that pretty recently. I don't really know why I can't remember. I have to hold circle, I assume. Okay, then I can jump after I do it. All right. I also didn't get that spatula over there. I apologize if you can hear everybody running upstairs.
I'm getting dizzy just watching.
Yeet. I love those. I love even just the color on those frisbee dudes. Love them. Remind me to get the spatula that's on top of that statue, because I will probably forget. Go. Look how it's so comical that Sandy's like okay, yeah, she has a lasso. Like that makes a lot of sense. That's very cool idea. Let's have her swing on floating Texas symbols, because why not? Show dog. I don't have a camera, but I can show pictures later on. There's a box there, right? And I could trampoline back up here if I go down here, right? We can go here, destroy this. Karate. Oh, there's a sock over there. I didn't even get that. Can I reach that from, or do I need a certain jump to get to that? Oop. Tito cam. We'll certainly have a Tito cam eventually. I mean, I haven't even like looked into webcams at all. Supposedly they're hard to find right now because of everybody wants to Skype their relatives and stuff.
Do I really have to
which makes a lot of sense. But you know, probably some point in the future I'll have a face cam, because why not? Spatula Seeker. Look at her teeth. Also, that sound effect on her second jump, like the whoosh sound, is that the same whoosh sound from Sly Cooper? Seems like it is. Definitely, if I did have a face cam, I would be more prepared for all my streams, and you're making me realize now. I showered before I streamed, and I meant to shave after showering, and I didn't. I'll have to shave when I turn the stream off. Oops. Yeah, knowing that people would be looking at me, that would both probably. I mean, I don't know how nervous it would make me at this point, because I'm getting more and more used to this stuff, but
I need your help.
it would definitely make me brush my hair and stuff, which I don't do.
Replace my old antenna with this shiny new one.
Yes, sir. That there antenna is shinier than a $3 bill.
If I fast travel to SpongeBob's Pineapple right now, I can play as Sandy on the hub world. Oh, does that work for Patrick too?
Much of a jumper.
So, what's jumping got?
Is that how we can do some cheats and jump over walls and stuff?
Because the old antenna is up there.
Woo! That's taller than a glass of Texas.
I like how weirdly complicated this
The robots
mission
have
is.
blocked off that building, and I can't do all those fancy moves you and SpongeBob do to get across these gaps. All I can do is flex. Wanna see?
Good job,
You're
Larry.
great.
Has Larry been I want to boil Larry. All right. Don't do that. But is Larry like has he been showing up in recent episodes too? I feel like he's a character that I specifically remember like vanishing.
Well, I have
And
been
tell
doing
a dog
that
I
since
said hi. I will tell him you said hi.
Okay, Larry, you got a deal.
Remind me to pull up a picture of him before we go offline. But I think probably after I get the spatula, I'll be done for the night. I just have to jump over here. After I get the spatula, and then remember to get the spatula that was on top of the statue. We'll be done with gameplay for the night, and then we can peek at any art or anything if anybody's made anything. The white shiny marks on his claws just drawn on the model is strange. I don't know, it didn't bother me too much. But I know what you're talking about. I also, I don't remember ever encountering that enemy, ever. Back in the day.
Nothing like a bit of roping to get the
This is the point of the game where, I would start watching, Blue Scout play it or my sister playing it or something, because I wouldn't be able to make it this far. Oh, steering wheel. That's only the third one? Okay. When did I get 2? I feel like I only got 1, but that's good. But I definitely have been missing out on a bunch of those, huh? I think he had his own season 9 episode.
feeling refreshed.
'Cause Larry was in a lot, there's a lot of the classic episodes that are Goo Lagoon based. Kelpo! You know what's a good episode that I meant to, I have so many shiny things, yeah, let's do that. I meant to talk about earlier, is the paper episode that is the B episode to the Valentine's Day episode, so it's only ever shown on Valentine's Day. I specifically remember seeing that episode for the first time in 2011 or something, or at least seeing it and having memory of it existing, because it's such a rarely shown episode. Oh, there we go. Remember the thing where you could vote for Larry or Patrick and they would get their own episode? I do, now that you mentioned it. But what became of that? I kind of just remember that concept happening, which ended up being the one where Patrick becomes a king. Rat.
Bruh.
I vaguely remember that episode. I feel like you're more off. They probably just air reruns the Halloween episode more often, but that was the Teenage Nail episode, Halloween episode. That's rarely see one, but like I love that. I like how kind of like very weird. I guess I should probably just holding it after jumping off. The light cutting off. Oh. Oh, wait, I see that. I mean, the stream ended too. Okay, hang on. We'll fix this. If I fix this, and probably can't. I'll reset the